Hi, I'm Laurel. I'm with Kitchen Rockstar. Today we're going to be making a seafood gumbo. So let's dive right in. So with the seafood gumbo, it has a little bit more of a thicker consistency. And we have a lot of ingredients going on here. Definitely going to have a lot of flavor. We're going to kick it up a notch and bring some heat to this. So basically, we're going to start this out like a chili base. We're going to use about 4 to 5 tablespoons of butter, 1 small diced onion. We're going to use approximately 1/4 cup of diced green onion. Additionally, we're going to add a little bit of garlic. I would say about 4 to 5 cloves. I'm a garlic fan. I like that garlic flavor, so just dice that up accordingly. And then also we're going to add about 1 pound of baby shrimp. We're going to add 1 pound of peeled and deveined crawfish tails. 28 ounce of diced tomatoes, about a 10-ounce can of Rotel chili tomato, 1 can of tomato soup, and we're also going to add about 10 ounces of baby clams. Make sure that you drain these out because it does have a little bit of a sand grit to it. So drain this out, rinse it out in your colander. And that'll be delicious. Also, we're going to have 1 can of black beans. We're going to add 6 ounces of lump crab meat. And then last but not least, we're going to add some wild rice, approximately 1/4 cup. So I'm going to grab my skillet here, place this down. We're going to add our butter. And kind of get this going a little bit here. We're going to add in some of our onion. Kind of mince it up a little bit. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to add some garlic. And now what we're going to add here as far as our spices, we got a little bit of about 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. Now I use Italian seasoning because it has everything in it. It has your basil, it has your rosemary, your thyme, the whole shebang. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to place that in here, and I'm just going to smash this up a little bit. They call this a pastel. And so basically, if you want to, you can get the aroma out in the Italian herbs, whatever herbs that you're doing. But again, we're just going to put that in there. And we're going to add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. I've got a little bit of Creole. We're going to put a little bit of red pepper, some chives, and we're going to stir that up a little bit. Last, we're going to add just a pinch of cayenne pepper. And we're going to let this cook down a little bit. This is perfect for a nice cold day. It's definitely going to bring some heat and warmth to the dinner table. So while we're doing that, I'm going to add this pan up here. I'm going to switch burners actually. Let this cook down a little bit. And now we're going to kind of transfer this over. Starting to sizzle there a little bit. And we're going to add our diced tomatoes, rotel, and our tomato soup. So let's go ahead and add that. Stir this up a little bit. Again, it's going to have a little bit of a chili flavor in the beginning. Of course, instead of ground beef, we're going to be adding seafood. That crawfish has a lot of flavor to it. Shrimp, of course, these baby clams, can't go wrong with that. So definitely, if you're a seafood lover, this is the dish that you want to bring to the table. Next thing we're going to add is our rice, because this takes a little bit of time to cook. It's not instant rice, we're using actual wild rice with this. I'm also going to add about 1 cup, 2 cups of water, maybe a little more. And again, we're going to let that cook down and put that lid back on that. So now that that's been cooking, we're going to start adding more ingredients. We're going to go with the black beans. So go ahead and add that in. And let's go ahead and add the baby clams. Again, this is approximately 10 ounces. Make sure you definitely drain those and wash them out in a colander. Okay, now that we've added the baby clams, we're gonna add the lump crab meat, approximately 6 ounces. Let's add this in. Next, we're gonna add our crawfish tails. This is approximately 1 pound. Now, when you buy these crawfish tails, they're gonna come in a freezer pack. It's going to be, at least I do, that's how I buy them. They're in a freezer pack. You can buy them in the supermarket in the seafood section, but they're great. I use these all the time. And of course, they're already pre-cooked. They're peeled and deveined, and it brings so much flavor. So as you can see, you got a nice thick consistency to this. Now we're gonna add the baby shrimp. This is what they call a little bit of basically a salad shrimp. Again, these are pre-cooked, peeled and deveined, tails off. So we're gonna let that cook down a little bit more. Put the lid on that, turn the heat up. We're gonna add a little bit of heat to this. So I'm adding a little bit more red pepper. And this seafood Creole, you can't go wrong with it. It's going to kick it up about 10 notches, especially when you put just a little bit more of a dash of cayenne pepper. So if you like heat, you know, you can add a little bit more. If you don't, if you like it mild, you know, just eliminate it. But again, it's a nice thick consistency. It's absolutely delicious. Put that lid back on a little bit. I'm gonna let that simmer down. Usually I let this cook for approximately 30, 40 minutes. Keep it on low. Just let it simmer. And you're gonna want that wild rice to be nice and tender, of course. So there you have it, folks. Seafood gumbo, absolutely delicious. You can smell the aroma coming off. We've got the garlic, the onions, the tomatoes and peppers. And for all you seafood lovers out there, we have the baby shrimp, we have the whole baby clams, lump crab meat, and we also have those peeled and deveined crawfish tails. You're not gonna go wrong with this. The broth is absolutely delicious, and it's just the right amount of heat. We've added that Creole seasoning, and then we also added a little pinch of cayenne pepper. Me personally, I like a little bit more heat to my food, so I put a little bit more cayenne pepper, but you, if you don't like that, you can eliminate that. So we've actually paired this up with some French bread, with a little bit of olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and Italian seasoning. So you can make this at home. Please click the link below, comment, let me know what you think, try it. And remember, when you make a dinner like this at home, you become the kitchen rock star when you make dinner a hit.